here, man. Let y'all see the microphone. Alright, let y'all see the mic, right? So now I can look over here and check y'all as well as over here. Alright, so first order of deal, Shakur Stevenson. Great spawn look. I'm gonna let some of this play. I don't think it's, let me see. What does the audio actually sound like? Alright. That was good. That was good rope right there. Now, check this out, right? The reason why I'm playing that and I use that because you get all of these guys that, and I think that was a Nick with boxing gym too. That looked like the Russell's gym, right? But you get all these guys, these analytic, these experts, these YouTube boxing guys. They always want to tell you that, look, here he is right here. Thank you. I was waiting for somebody like you. Somebody like you, right? Look what you just said. Sparring don't mean nothing. What is your expertise in boxing? Right? What is your expertise? Because you just said sparring don't mean nothing. That looked like they was fighting. I'm going to play it again. I love when these guys come over here. Thank you. You were right on schedule. Nico, 4686. You said sparring don't mean nothing. To me, they was fighting. Right? He said sparring don't mean nothing. Look at that exchange right there. They fighting. But this guy says sparring don't mean nothing. Right? That wasn't prepared, and they didn't have camp, they didn't get ready for each other, they didn't research each other. All right, I'll answer that, and then I'm gonna move on from you, because I already see you're not even, this is above your pay grade, so to say, with boxing. So that is an old clip. Both of those guys have now went on to be Olympians and world champions, right? And world champions. You're not a fighter, so you don't know. No, I'm a manager, I'm a coach, I'm an advisor, I'm in the gym. So don't tell me what I don't know. I know you don't know. You're just over here in the chat. Respectfully, stay in your lane now. I asked you a simple question. How you responded, let me know all I needed to know. Thank you. Now move on, please, before I get rid of you. But as I was going to say, when you watch that footage, they both went on to become Olympians and now world champions. And you're just camera talking. You better come on my catalog, bro. I do more than camera talking. If you are local, pull up to the gym and I can show you better than I can tell you. But other than that, please keep it moving now, man. Word. Keep it moving, right? Get rid of you. I don't want, I would get rid of you was here in my presence. But you're not here in my presence, right? And now you are upset because I'm about to expose the lack of knowledge that you have in boxing. So you said sparring is not fighting, it means nothing. Well, it meant a lot because both of those two went on to become world champions and Olympians. Right? They went on to become world champions and Olympians. But this guy said sparring means nothing. Now, had Shakur Stevenson in that exchange got knocked out or dropped, this guy said sparring means nothing. That video, which is viral now, probably would have been circulated even more, saying that, oh, he was dropped in sparring. But this guy says sparring means nothing. Sparring means nothing. See, this is the type of people that you deal with on the internet. This guy's putting his gym out there, Portland, Oregon, sparring boxing gym. Shout out to them, right? But yet, his intellect and boxing IQ is remedial and dumb. Now, have either one of those two guys got knocked out or dropped, sparring means nothing. You tell that to the guys that's in the ring sparring, right? Oh, he said I look like Beanie Siegel. Not Beetlejuice, Beanie Siegel. Thank you though. Candy, right? Is that your name? Sparring don't mean nothing when it comes from matchmaking and how it affect. Yo, dude, man, find a different chat to go to. But thank you for coming over here. You are a boxing dummy, respectfully. You're a boxing dummy, right? You are a boxing dummy. All fighters will tell you this. No, they won't. Yeah, what level of fighter are you? Are you a chitlin circuit level fighter? Have you fought underneath a major promotion? Are you a B opponent? Are you a crash dummy opponent? What is the level and status of your fighting level? Nico, 4686. What is your level now? See, now I will engage with you a little bit. What is your level, good brother? He said, the man you praise will tell you this. Nico, I'm talking to you now. What is your level? Since you're talking about matchmaking and sparring, what is your level? What are your accolades as a fighter? What level? Are you a crash dummy opponent? Huh? Are you a crash dummy opponent, Nico? Huh? What is your level? Are you a world champion level fighter? My level is better than you. All right, Nico. You know what? I'm done with this conversation. See, I'm trying to really get it in with you, but I already see you're not on my level, man. It doesn't matter what you're saying, right? If one of my moderators is in here, just get him out of here. He's done. He's done for the night. Right, go home, right? Look, I'm gonna get on. I'm gonna get on my foreman. I'm gonna get on my observer. No, you're a talker. No, I'm not a talker. I'm a doer. You better look up my accolades and stats in this, man. You're a talker, right? And how you giving up on the internet? If you was in my presence, I would pistol whip you. I will pistol whip you and say I did this to you, bitch, boy. Bitch, boy. I will pistol whip you. And then you say, oh, I'm just a boxer. And I'll say, no, you're a disrespectful punk. Word. Right? And I can tell that you will not, you probably are a crash dummy fighter. Right? But like I said, thank you for coming through. Enjoy your day. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully I'll see you at one of these shows. And you could be like, yo, I'm the guy. And I'll be like, what's up? What you want to do? You heard? But until then, Nico, have a great one. Enjoy your, it's morning over there for you in Oregon. So you enjoy your day, Nico, right? Have a wonderful day, man. You know, let's see you around. I'll see you around, look. All right? I'll see you around. Look, I got rid of you, man. I got rid of you. You're no longer welcomed over here, right? You're no longer welcomed over here. But back to over here. How you doing, Nicola? How you feeling today? Right? I had to get that guy out of here because he is there. You snitched on, dude. He said, don't mention pistol whipping nobody, then calling anybody else a crash dummy, you old fool. Nah, the old fool is you. Because you sat up here and said that sparring means nothing. But those two guys right up there went on to become Olympians and now world champions. But that's beside the point. Let me get back to what I was breaking down, right? So when you watch that sparring, you see a much, and I'm sorry about the snoring, that's my daughter. You see a much smaller Shakur Stevenson exchanging in the fire. Another one. I gotta get rid of these dudes. Why are you over here? If I'm lame, why are you still over here? Let me get rid of you two. Right? They sending the cornballs over here. Now, right? They're sending the cornballs over here. Right? My man said I'm lame. If I was so lame, you need to get up out of here, but I'll get you up out of here myself, right? Peace. Find somebody to play with, right? They sending cornballs over here, man. He's the same one that'll say I'm a lame, And if I back out on him, he'll be like, yo, man, it was just the internet. I was just talking. So slide up out of here, homie, right? But back to what I was saying. When you watch that exchange, this is why I tell you guys and people that, frequent the channel, that respect the channel, that respect the business. I'll be like, yo, when you listen to these guys, you'll be like, oh, they not fighting. It's just sparring. Look at that exchange. Did that look like a sparring exchange, right? You guys say sparring is not fighting. But look at these exchanges that they are having. They not fighting, no. They not fighting. Look at these exchanges. Look at those exchanges. But they not fighting. But they not fighting. No, you're actually not. Look, yo, homeboy, you're actually not. I'm over here. See, you're actually not. You're lost in the sauce. But thank you for your comment, Master Rank. What's going on, good brother? What's going on, Master Rank? Right? Look, these dudes are weirdos, man. Yo, Master Rank, please do me a favor on the behind the scenes. When you see the weirdos like the white or something, just remove them out the chat, man. But yeah, if you look at that exchange, that's a fighting exchange right there, man. That was a fighting exchange, man. Right? Do me that solid, Master Rank. Get those guys up out of here, man. There you go. Good job, Master Rank. Now, I'm gonna move on now, right? That was a great sparring. That meant nothing. Now, Gary Antoine Russell has come out and picked Teofimo Gordo, because he has worked with both of them. Now, maybe the reason why he picked Gordo, like I said, he worked with both of them, and he feels that Gordo could do some of the things that he was doing. But I don't see Teofimo Lopez applying that type of pressure on Shakur. Now, I say that because, Gary Antoine Russell was, to me, and put in the comments if you disagree, more athletic than Tio. He's the superior athlete in my eyes than Tio. More aggressive, and he knows how to cut off the ring. I'm not saying that Tio doesn't, but in the past, guys that could move, let me take my frames off, guys that could move, like a Xander Martin, these type of guys have given Teofimo Lopez problems. We all know Shakur Stevenson is what? A master of distance, range, all of these things, right? And I want to show that footage for another reason, because that footage showed a dog. Cause look, a lot of you guys say that, oh man, Shakur's a runner. Was he running in that exchange right there, or did he stand firm? That was a young Shakur. Young. Did he stand firm and take shots and fire back? Right? Now that's supposed to be trending. Look, this video is trending. Maybe that's why they're sending all these guys over here. Right? Maybe that's why these guys was over here. Right? They was over here though. I had them over here. That video was supposed to be trending on X, right? What's happening? See, sports trending right here. Let's go to sports trending. Damn, you hear my daughter snoring hard, man. See, this is trending, right? Here it is. That's why it's coming up. What's trending? Everybody's talking about this. But I had to get my man up out of here because he was, see, this guy, Antoine Russell, in the loop. Now, sparring footage is always leaked. And look, you see who leaked it? I think this guy works for Fight Hype, right? He works for Fight Hype. They gave him the footage to put out. Gumbo, what's going on, man? We talking about the sparring footage that leaked to Shakur and Gary Antoine Russell that has X and the internet on fire. Now watch these Johnny-come-latelys, right? These guys who are supposed to be the influencers, They might talk about it tomorrow. Cause they look, most of these fake influencer boxing dudes, they don't be in the loop, man. Now that this is trending on Twitter, they'll talk about it tomorrow. Right? Damn, Rena's snoring hard. You hear my daughter over there snoring? Look, let me show you her snoring. The behind the scene people, y'all can see her. Look, she's crashed out. She's crashed out. Look at her snoring. She's snoring hard. So if y'all hear the snoring, that is not Brownie or Daffy. I know Brownie snores like that as well. Gumbo, what's good, man? Where you at, Gumbo? He said, what's good, my brother? So I smashed the light button. Gumbo's on both of them. All right. So Gary Antoine, let's see what he's saying with Millie City. Let's see what he said. How long is this? 19 seconds. So we'll give this a listen. Let's give this a listen.
Election. And a lot of people underestimate his power. Shakur would take it. Hands down. Hands down. Shakur would take it. Take away from Shakur, he knows his distance.
That's what didn't I just say that?
He got good punch selection.
Yeah.
And a lot of people underestimate his power. Shakur would take it.
Look. All right, let's stop it. Now I'm gonna bring this guy's comments back up. See this guy that I got rid of? He don't look what he just said. Look, can y'all see these comments or did I delete them? This guy that I had to block, that I said I would pistol with, right? Look what he just said. All fighters would tell you this. That sparring meant nothing. But look, we just listened to the actual participants in that sparring talk, right? But see, that's why I got rid of this dude. Go back in the bushes, you bitch-made faggot. Respectfully, respectfully. Don't get my channel jammed up for calling him that, right? It's just an adjective. I don't mean it derogatory, right? But yeah, that's the fighter saying basically what I was trying to explain. Like, yo, they was in there getting busy, man. They was in there getting busy, man. He said, let's double team him. Yeah, man. I got rid of him already, Master Rank. They came in here disturbing the peace, man. They getting mad because the source is getting it together, man. And like I said, we are actually growing. The numbers are showing that. Not only are we growing, we are attracting a real tribe. Like I said, put $1 in the super chat. I already put my dollars in, right? Cash App, or to support the war. That's why they are sending these guys over here now. He came. Look, he came over here. He was an overly aggressive computer thug, right? He wanted sparring not to mean nothing. And then I was asking him his expertise. I said, yo, brother, you fight. Okay, cool. What is your level? Are you on a major level, minor level? What are you, right? He could not answer that. Oh, my level's bigger than yours. I don't think it is. I got a 17-year-old kid. I was part of a 17-year-old kid getting signed to the major leagues. Unless you have been a part of something like that, you're not on my level when it comes to boxing. You're not even my equal, right? So I was being, nice, but yet he was still just out of pocket. I had to bounce him up out of here, man. Like I said, my chat is always open as long as you are respectable, right? He said, these dudes need to learn different languages like me. Study Spanish, Mexican style, yes. Que lo que? Que pasó? Mi gente, yes. Learn a different language. But that was Gary Antoine Russell. And like I said, maybe that is why he is leaning towards Teofimo. He's leaning towards Teofimo. And yo, Gumbo, if you're still in here, December 26th, I want to have an open panel. Well, not an open panel. It's going to be me, you, CW, and WCS. Because you were going for, I want to get guys that are going for Tio, right? And I know you favor Tio in that fight. I know CW favors Shakur, right? And both of you guys are Team Shanewz Boxing. So I want to have both of you guys on the panel, as well as NYT and WCS. And I'm trying to set that up like, the day after Christmas, right? The day after Christmas. I'm just going to set up a time and we can all rock out because, it's after Christmas. Hopefully it doesn't snow. If it snows, it'll fuck me up, right? Right? If it snows, I'll be shocked, man. As long as we don't have no snow, I'm there. What's going on? How you, man? I'm just here doing my podcast that nobody watches, but yet I had to, back somebody down real quick. But let's move on to another topic. Shout out to Millie City, right? Millie City gets all the interviews, right? All the interviews. Everybody got to go over there, right? But that was Gary Antoine Russell once again breaking down that sparring. Man, you know that Shakur is a dog. Core is a dog. See, this is trending. This is trending. Look at Showbiz. Showbiz is getting his moves on. Now, Showbiz ain't gonna admit it, right? But who's been showing y'all the moves, man? Showbiz won't admit it, right? There he is. Shout out to Biz, right? Yo, Biz used to get on the bag all stiff, right? He was I robot, I sock him, right? He was I sock him. Now this is the shit that trends, right? So apparently, Bill put out the video. Look, reaction time, y'all. And I'm pretty sure all the Twitter heads seen all of this, right? So Bill Haney put out a video maybe last week. He was talking about his son buying him a new Benz, Mercedes Benz. And then a video surfaced of Coach Calvin, aka Cuddy. Remember Cuddy from The Wire? That's Coach Calvin's character. Coach Calvin Ford at the Benz dealership getting a nice toy. Oh man. Now, if you ever been in the Baltimore area, Upton Boxing Club is a pillar in the community. They run that. It's a pillar in the community. So he's doing all right, man. It's just sometimes certain people aren't flashy. I think a lot of times, and it goes back to some of the shorts that I dropped. A lot of times when you show your money or attempt to show it, the sheep, the deaf, dumb, and blind interpret it the way they interpret it. Because like I said, if you really know infrastructure and logistics, you wouldn't think that Coach Calvin is a bum, by no means. Especially if you're from that area, the Baltimore area. They run a large business gym, right? Upton Boxing Club, man. Somebody put in the comment section if you know what I'm speaking on. But yes, that was Javante Davis and them flexing back because Bill put it out there like, Devin bought him a Benz, as he should, right? You guys had a wonderful performance, made a lot of money. That should be your fight bonus or, whatever. But shout out to them, man. But, I did see that. Quick reaction on that, right? That popped up on X, right? But I'm about to get off of X because this isn't all about X, right? It is about reactions, which we are doing. I want to go over to iJizza. iJizza 8 in the building, man. We should have $8. Let me check the Cash App, man. Has anybody donated their dollar to the Cash App yet? Hit the Cash App, man. I should have 8 likes. Look, nope, the likes ain't up, man. Only 2 likes. Come on, we got to do better. And I should have I should have $10. Because me and Coach Reno are accounted for already. Right? Let's see. No, you guys are the worst. Don't want to hit the like button. Don't want to put $1 in the Cash App or the Zelle. Right? But nonetheless, we're going to move on with the content now. I'm going to go over here to YouTube real quick. I be doing these great breakdowns, man. Right? And it's cool when these guys do it, so I'm on mine now. I'm doing my breakdowns. Right. Oh, means thank you, Master Ring, for sharing the channel. He said, yo, Uber paying 5K a month. Get your Uber on. Yeah, shout out to Uber, man. I haven't done it in a while, Master Ring. You see, I'm in snowplow mode. See, the reason why I do those things, right, like Uber and all that, because when the snow season snows down, that's how I make my extra money. The ends justify the means, right? Like yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. 22 straight hours, man. Right? That's why I was telling you guys, I was like, you know what, I'm not doing no deliveries. He said we need 5 jobs or 5 hustles, right? Or 5 streams of revenue. Correct. I agree, Master Rank. I agree. For those of y'all that don't know, I got multiple streams going. I'm just conversating with somebody on the behind the source views over here. But he's definitely correct. But let me go over here to the channel, right? Now this is an extension of the post that I put up yesterday. There we go. Shout out to Eric Slade with the 100. He gave a gift. Appreciate you, Eric. Thank you. You can also donate $1 to the Cash App, Eric. Cash App. I'll put that over here real quick. Hold on, Eric. Let me put my Cash App up over here. I'll put the Cash App over here, Eric, real quick for you. These are the products that I am tagging in. New Balance. It's a New Balance day, man. So if you guys rock New Balances, right? Here you go, right here. Thank you for that. The what's her name, Eric? You guys could donate to the war right here. Cash out $1. But thank you for your gift, Eric. Appreciate you, good brother. Appreciate you. There it is, look. There it is. Man, we looking official in here, man. Look. Let me show y'all, man. Look. Don't mind my baby sleeping, man. See, she's knocked out, man. We came a long way, man. This is my setup, man. I came a long way with the motion, man. All right? A long way. Thank you, though, Eric. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Blessings. But yeah, let me get back over here because I want to read this article. I want to read it because you know I do the literature too now, man. I be doing my literature, right? Because even though they act like they don't know, they know, right? We are growing the platform, the brand, right? So this was part 2. I wanted to do it yesterday, but I got one of the posts out yesterday. State your case. Shout out to CW Thumbnails, right? But here it is right here, right? Great artwork on this as well, right? And this is going to kill that clown that I kicked out once again, right? So state your case. Why Spawn Clips don't decide Shakur versus T.O., right? League Spawn Clips always do the job. They stir conversation. That's what I was attempting to have with that guy. But he was very ignorant and dumb, right? They stir conversation, fuel narratives, and give fans something to argue about. That is what he attempted to do with me, right? Look, see, look how my content is coming together, right? He wanted to argue with me. But they rarely tell the full story. The recent Spawn footage involving Shakur Stevenson and Gary Antoine Russell was no different. It promotes the fights. Yes, it does. The fight, but it doesn't decide what happens when Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez finally collide under the lights at Madison Square Garden. What leak Sparring really shows. Gym footage is about tempo, tendencies, and comfort, not only not official outcomes. Now look, I'm gonna stop it. That just throws that idiot under the bus. See that idiot that came over here that was attempting to disrupt the peace. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He claims to be a fighter, and he shouted his gym out. So he looks like a hater. I hate these boxing dudes like that, man. And there's too many of them, right? One thing about boxing, it's supposed to be a fraternity, right? Whether you did not agree with me, right? My views, right? And I try to keep it respectable with him. But you know what? I get it. I found this where I'm from, right? A lot of these dudes, because I have look, and I don't care how you take this. I have a successful media company. So when I come on here and I get on this mic right here and I talk my boxing, a lot of people watch. Not only do they watch, they listen. And when they listen, from back in the day when I was Jackal Fitness, a lot of them felt like I came out of nowhere. Not realizing that, unlike a lot of these dudes that you think are bigger than me or better than me, I actually grew up in a boxing gym. I've been around it my whole life, right? That is why I'm a talent scout, basically. I can look at a fighter or be in the gym with a fighter and be like, okay, he's the goods, he's the gimmick. He's all right, but he's not real. And see, these guys, most of these guys didn't know that because, like I said, if they automatically put an assumption on you already and they place you in a box, that's how they're going to view you. And then my past interactions with Earl Spence and Derrick James also did not help because they are light or they were bigger at the time because neither one of them is really hot right now, so to say, right? Derrick is fighting this upcoming week with Alicia Baumgartner. He won from Spence, and no knock on Alicia Baumgartner, because I believe she's the undisputed champion too. But I'm just putting it in the reference. Like, you had two of the guys who were at the time like the stars, superstars, Earl Spence and Charlo, Anthony Joshua, big names. But shout out to them, continued success. But yeah, I actually do my thing in boxing, on the scenes, behind the scenes. And no knock on those that overlooked me. If you overlooked me, kudos. But your price now for my influence is 15%. 15% is my services, yes. How is the content looking now? But back to this literature, man, right? Gary Antoine Russell was a naturally bigger, aggressive southpaw who thrives on front foot pressure. Did we just watch that? Seeing him push a core in the gym isn't shocking. It's expected. That's how sparring works when a bigger man is told to apply heat. That's what we watch, right? What actually matters is that Shakur was comfortable. Didn't I say that? See, these things are so cool because if you and having a team, if you're not comfortable, they will write it for you. And they will word it how you would say it. Doesn't this sound like me what I just broke down? But yeah, definitely check this out, man. I'm not gonna do the whole thing for you because this is everywhere. Facebook groups all over. This is gonna be a good fight. And this is the actual article. Right here. Right here, right? Well, look at the article. Article came out good. It's everywhere, right? This is the article, right? Good quality work here, man. It's cool when they doing, right? How's the content looking, man? Are y'all in the bushes? Are y'all in the bushes? 8 in the building? Are y'all in the bushes? And I felt the need to put that out because, like I said, I seen bashing of, oh, nobody's going to sponsor this fight. Okay, that's how you feel. I disagree. I think they're going to have a lot of sponsors and major people wanting to be a part of this. Those are the pictures that I used. And this is the actual article right here, man. Good stuff though, man. See, we getting better, right? So I even gave my points, my final lean, all of that, right? But like I said, it's cool when they do it. Okay, almost been on for an hour. I'm gonna give you guys another hour, a little over an hour. Right? Content, man. Content. Especially, look, I'm really not gonna go over an hour and a half. Especially if I did not receive any dollars yet, man. No dollars still. See, I think I'll be exposing y'all. That's my new exposure right there, man. You didn't want to hit the like button, so 7 in the building. Put $1 in the Cash App. Here's my 2. Right? I put my money on the wood. Me and Rena's in here. Rena, you good? We're gonna get a bite to eat in a second. I got the board over there too, but I'm definitely not going on the board to break no things down for you. Nobody donated yet, right? But let's go over here to iJizza. This is more reaction. Shanewz Motion Talk Podcast. Right? All right, iJizza. iJizza. I'm trying to keep up with both of the sides over here, yeah? I am. Shout out to manager Lamont right here. Look, he's with Coach Calvin. It's manager Lamont. LRG, Lamont Rosenberg. Does his thing. He's a boxing manager too. What else? Oh, I want to talk about this. Reaction time. This is just reaction. I got all the boxing out the way, man. So if you was over here for the boxing, you missed out. You stayed in the bushes for a long time. You did not pop your head out. So boxing is kind of over now, right? But this goes back to the blue line. Remember I was talking about the blue line in LA?
Accurate picture of the day-to-day life. A violent video montage of security camera footage on board Metro. Edited by the Sheriff's Department to illustrate the growing crime problem. Obtained under a public records request by radio reporter Steve Gregory from KFI AM 640. For riders like Keith Allen Carter, waiting at the Willowbrook station, none of this a surprise.
I've been victimized, and I've seen a lot. But the thing is that what are we gonna do about it?
Look at this.
That is the question, and Metro consistently says security is their top priority. This video was not released because they say it doesn't paint an accurate picture of the day-to-day.
The blue line. Look, do you see the comments right there? And I posted this last week. The blue line, man. Anything was bound to happen on the blue line. LA is a tricky city, man. And then these guys wonder why when dudes come in here, I get overly, actually aggressive. I have a lot of LA family. That's my bloodline too, man. So respect is big, man. But that Metro line is very dangerous. See, that guy said he was a victim. Seeing some of those videos, shootouts, all of that, man. Very tricky in LA, man. Quick reactions, you know. Put it in the comments. What's your thoughts, man? New York is like that too, if you know about the subways. All right? If you know. Subways. Yo, listen. Growing up, all public transportations was like that. Like if you took the buses to the different malls, going to Roosevelt Field Mall, South Shore Mall and Bay Shore, Sunrise Mall, in Amityville. You was bound to get into fights. So that's no, it's nothing new under the sun. Right? If you know, you know, right? If you know, you know, right? Content though, man. This is just some reaction. We here, we working. Trying to get it back in gear. Look, I got my eyes, I still are tired. I don't know if I'll be at the gym tonight. Most likely I will. But I do need my rest, right? I do need my rest. But I had to get back in gear with the content as far as streaming and stuff. But that's the blue line, y'all. The blue line is rough. Here is my guy, General Starworth. Look at that jab. Now, General Starworth is out of Pittsburgh. He does like me, but he does it bigger than me. See, I could give people their flowers. He has a stable of fighters out of that gym over there in Pittsburgh. Professional fighters, amateur fighters. He also was a stablemate of one of my world champion relatives, Junior Poison Jones. Yes, Poison. Now, General Starworth was a former heavyweight who looks still in great shape, moves and grooves, right? Not only that, hopefully he puts out some content. He has a podcast now, he's doing this thing. I would love for him to speak on some of his epic beatdowns, because how we started the show. This guy said, "Yo, sparring that don't mean nothing." Well, I personally know that this guy has beat up Andrew Galata. A lot of guys. Maybe one day he'd do a video and speak on some of his, sparring that doesn't matter. These guys always like, "Yo, sparring doesn't matter." It's always these guys, and that guy surprised me because he said he's a fighter or he's in the gym. Now, what are you talking about, man? What are you talking about, man? But yes, that is General Starworth right there, Pittsburgh, PA, man. Starworth Boxing Academy. All right, he was firing that jab. Firing that jab, man. That's a heavyweight that can move, man. Look at the footwork, right? See? Agility. That's a big man right there, man. He's a heavyweight. See that? It's a heavyweight, man. With movement. Lateral movement, side to side. Look. It's a big heavyweight, man. That's not a small man. Right? Speaking of that, look. Cuz wanted to know. Look, my cousin hit me up and wanted to know how I did these edits. It wasn't me. It was AI Shy. Now, this is for those of y'all ask me, "Yo, man, you on here begging for $1. No, I'm not. It's the principle. I make my dollars right here. I worked 22 straight hours. I was making a lot of dollars. What I'm saying is I'm here broadcasting now. This is not free, right? But I get if I was a full-time unemployed podcaster, maybe then you guys wouldn't feel bad to donate $1, right? But nonetheless, that was the nor'easter. We got a baby little nor'easter. They said it was only supposed to be a coating of snow. 22 hours later, it's about 6-7 inches. Know what I mean? But that was supposed to be a coating of snow. How'd that play out, right? Oh, I got a kick out of this, man. Shout out to Boss Talk. But this was Miss Jamaica. This was his wife. They were talking about the chicken, right? Now, I've been to Dallas numerous times. Rudy's is in Oak Cliff, right? Henderson's, they I ain't gonna front. They fry some chicken down there. You want some good chicken, fried chicken? Dallas definitely is up there. Harold's in Chicago. It's, you gotta look, if you're a foodie, I'm a foodie, man. When I retire, the type of content that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just switch up. I'm gonna still do boxing, but I'll probably do a lot of foodie shit because I'm gonna travel more. And I'm gonna do food reviews, right? But I like what he said, and I'm gonna play the audio. He always wants to challenge, have cook-offs, but not against Dallas, right? I liked it that. I heard that. I was like, yeah, that's big. He supports everybody in Dallas. But the other regions, he's willing to have a cook-off battle. And that's what's up, man. Unity in the city. Unity amongst one another. That's dope. But let's check that out real quick. Little sauce reaction.
Run me down the history of Rudy's chicken, man. Rudy's my papa, man. You know.
That's his grandfather. Look, see, Rudy's is his grandfather. Keep it in the family, y'all.
Started with Henderson chicken. Henderson, my great uncle. Okay. That's my granny's sister, baby daddy. Used to be a husband, you know what I'm saying? Okay. So that's what started it. He taught my grannies and them the business. Yeah, but my granny don't taste like no damn Rudy's. My granny is the mastermind. She had my daddy. My daddy invented the seasoning. It's called the Spain seasoning.
Spain seasoning. See that? His father, that's what it's about. And I noticed that with my kids, right? On some content. Nasaya and Narina very better than me. That's a word I just made up. Very better. They're a lot better than me with the content and the concepts and all of that. But that's what it's about. I planted the seed, and look, like he just said right there, his nana and grand-nana and now his daddy perfected the sauce, the recipe.
Coming to a store near you. So, and that's what seasoning put on the Rudy's. And we had those Spain chicken. And now Big Mama's chicken. And I be owning it. That's all my family. We all family.
You love Rudy's so much.
Harold's chicken.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. That's exactly what
everybody, man. You hear me? Yeah, I be popping it. Nobody wanted to have a fry with me. I said,
He told him
I was
any city he go to. He tell
French's,
them.
KFC, Popeyes. Oh, I'm coming over there. See anybody outside of that?
But I'm gonna take.
See, I like that right there. He said anybody outside of Dallas. He's not going to challenge Dallas, the mama pops in Dallas. That's what's up, man. More brothers should have that mentality, but, you know, niggas is haters. Niggas that watch you do stuff and hate in the bushes. You niggas is in the bushes right now. Been in the bushes this whole hour. I've been on for a whole hour. Yelling at bushes, man. Mad. Boxing mad. You guys are boxing mad weirdos, man. But shout out to that brother, man, for having that positive mentality for his community.
Yeah, nobody have different tastes because for me, I say Rudy's too salty. I say Rudy's too salty.
I'm telling you, one day ain't nobody can show me love.
He loves it.
I have some hot Rudy's and always cold Rudy's. I bet they still kill. Anybody outside of Dallas, I don't want to battle nobody in Dallas. I love all my other Dallas chicken spots.
Right.
But all them out of town niggas talk shit, y'all ain't fucking with Dallas. We got the best fried
They
chicken.
do. Yo, listen, I gotta give, they up there. I ain't gonna say they got the best. But listen, I've been around. I've been around. I remember being there, and I made it my business. I was moving around. I was running around. They asked about me. I was out there. I had the Jaguar truck. I was running around. Shout out to my Uncle Platt. I was out there in Duncanville. I was in DeSoto. I was in Oak Cliff. I was in South Dallas. I was everywhere. Listen, I didn't make it to Henderson's Chicken, but I was at Rudy's. Rudy's chicken is banging. Rudy's is banging. If you want some good fried chicken, right? Rudy's is banging. I didn't make it to Anna Irene's. When I come back through, I gotta hit Anna Irene's up. But Rudy's is definitely banging. Rudy's, listen, that's when I was still drinking, so I can speak on these things now, right? I had me a chicken box at Rudy's after kicking it with the locals, all Henny and Red Bulled up, right? Probably a D-Wee waiting to happen in Texas. But I bust down that Rudy's chicken and made it back to my hotel. Yeah, shout out to Rudy's though. Rudy's is definitely the goods. But if you hear the snoring, that is Coach Reen on the scene, man. All right. We talked about this already. This is the work. I want to go over here to blah blah page. I got one more reaction to do. I want to highlight my guy, man. Fitness by Tubler. Big Coach. Look at Big Coach, man. Big Coach is moving around. Where is he? There he is. Look, this is a big man. You know, he holds the record in the long jump. Still moving. Look at him. Big tank. That is a strength and conditioning coach. Regis Progress former coach. Michaela Mayer works with a lot of fighters. Moving. Big tank, man. Jump over here and can't fight. That's my guy. Fitness by Tuba, man. Definitely want to highlight him as well, man. But here, look, my man left up out of here. I would have beat him up, man. Look. I would have ran circles around him, man. Look. My footwork would have had him dizzy. And then I would have punched him in his face like this, y'all. Look. Look. I would have hit him with the Emmanuel Augusta. Look. That's the drunken monk right there, right? Yeah, did y'all see that footwork? Yeah, that's the drunken monk, right? Post your influence, y'all. Post your influence. Just don't come online talking. Post your influence, right? Let me go over here to Stalwart Boxing Academy, right? Shout out to the general. Right? I want to show y'all something real quick. I was doing the Emmanuel Augusta footwork, man. Watch the footwork, man. See, I study boxing. I like this photo's hard right here. Gun in the palm. Where is the Emmanuel Augusta at? Is it on this page or is it this other page? Damn. It might be. Here it is. Look, here it is. Look at the footwork. Look at the footwork. Look. Unorthodox. Ooh. Gave him his back and swung on him. Look. Footwork, baby. I don't follow. Do I follow Emmanuel Augusta? Look. Now, you know who tries to run with his style? And y'all be going crazy over, but he has a little bit of it. Ben Whitaker. Yo, Ben Whitaker. Ben Whitaker, man. Ben Whitaker tries to run with his style, man. Ben Whitaker, man. Y'all know that, right? Ben Whitaker. I just followed him. Ben Whitaker tries to run with his style, y'all. Those are facts, man. But look, I got my hour in. I'm about to wrap it up. Look, the snorer, she's snoring. She is definitely snoring. Shout out to Coach Ream for being on deck with me. Right? Source experience, man. You know, grind, y'all. Put y'all work in. Put y'all work in, right? Do your thing, man. Build it. Tunnel vision. Get your tunnel vision on. Build your platform. Stay away from the naysayers and the negative ones. And just, you know, do what you do, man. Rome wasn't built in a day, man. And all things that are great take time. If it doesn't take time to perfect the formula or the season, 9 times out of 10 it's gimmicked out. It's gimmicked out, man. And you know what they say about gimmicks? You're only as good as your last gimmick. But hey, what do I know? Motion talk, man. Shanewz podcast. You know, you do have options, right? You do have options, not just